Hello everyone, today let's solve the problem number 1204, last person to fit in the bus. So what the question states here, we are tasked with finding the person name of the last person. So we have to find the person name of the last person who can board the bus without exceeding the weight limit of 1000 kilograms. So we have to find the last person name of the person of we have to find the person name of the last person who can board the bus without exceeding the weight limit of 1000 kgs or 1000 kilograms. So I hope the question is completely clear. Simple, right? So here in this case we have the column name, person id, person name. These are the column names, weight and turn. So person id, weight and turn is of the type integer and person name is of the type varchar, right? So I hope this is clear. So what we need to find, we have to find the person name of the last person who can board the bus without exceeding the weight limit of 1000 kgs or 1000 kilograms, right? So I hope the question is completely clear here. So in this case, let's come to the this one example, right? Just give me a second here. So yeah, here we have the Q table. We have been given the Q table right here. So this consists of person ID, person name, weight and turn in this case. So here Alice boards first. In this case, Alice is boarding first, or Alice boards first accordingly with the table what they have given here, Q table, within the person name column, right? So the person ID, Alice is having the ID 5 and Alice boards first here. The total weight here is 250. So here the total weight is 250, right? So the next, Alex boards next here in this case with the ID 4. You can clearly see here. Alex boards second, or sorry, not this one. Just give me a second. Sorry, Alex boards second here, right? So here turn 2 they have given, turn 1. This is the turn 1. Turn 2, this one we have to consider, right? Just give me a second here. So in this case, Alice boards first with a weight of 250, right? So let me write 250 here. So next, Alex boards next with a total weight of 600 here. See here, Alex is having the weight. Alex boards next with the ID 3 here, who is having the weight 350. So 350 plus 250 will be 600. Alex boards next with a total weight of 600 here. How we got 600? 350 plus previous weight of the Alice. 350 plus 250 is nothing but 600 here in this case, right? So next, John Cena boards next here in this case, right? John Cena boards next in this case, right? Here in this case we have 600. 600 plus 400 is nothing but 1000 here in this case. Why we are considering John Cena here? Because we have the turn 3 here. Second one we consider this one. In this case we have John Cena 3 with the turn 3, right? So third one we are considering here. So here 600 plus 400. So the previous weight was 600 including Alice and Alex, right? 600 plus 400. So the weight of John Cena here in this case, right? So 600 plus 400 we got 1000 in this case, right? So now we have 1000 kilograms. So he can board up to this weight has to be less than or equal, equal to, sorry, equals to 1000, right? Has to be equal to 1000. It shouldn't be greater than 1000, right? In this case, so here this will be equals to 1000. So John Cena can board here in this case. So now next, Mary tries to board with the turn 4. Now we went with turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 accordingly. Now Mary can board here, right? So Mary boards with a weight 200. This exceeds 1000. 200 previous weight was 1000, and now if we add that weight as well, it will become 1200 in this case, right? So it will become 1200 in this case. So this exceeds the limit. You can clearly see here, it shouldn't be greater than 1000. I said this exceeds the limit, so we will not be considering the Mary in this case, right? So we will not be considering the Mary in this case. So John Cena here, this one they have mentioned here. In this case, John Cena is the last person who can board without exceeding the weight limit, right? So we will be considering John Cena here. In this case, we will return the output John Cena, right? So I hope this is completely clear. How we got the output John Cena here for the column name person, within the column person name we got John Cena, right? I hope this is completely clear. This is what we need to return, right? So I hope the question is completely clear, easy to understand, right? I hope what we need to do is completely clear as well. As usual, let's discuss the approach first and then let's write the query. So here in the first step, let's discuss the approach step by step here. The first step, first we need to order the people, right? So we need to order the people in this case. Just give me a second. We need to order the people based on turn column. So we saw the same thing in the example. First we went with the turn 1, second we went with the turn 2, then 3, then 4. 4 Mary couldn't board because the time, I mean the weight exceeded more than 1000 kilograms, right? So this way this, right? So in this case we considered only 1, 2, 3, right? So first we need to order the people, and the second based on the turn column, since the people will board the bus in the order of their turn. Order of their turn means first accordingly with the ascending order, right? First we'll consider 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what we will be doing in this case. So let's move on with the second step here. We will maintain a cumulative sum. We have to maintain the cumulative sum in this case, right? So when I say cumulative sum, so first we were having 350, I think. Next 200. So 250, I think, somewhere. Yeah, 250 we had. So we have to sum up 350 and 250, which was 600 basically, right? So in this case, that's what we need to maintain the cumulative sum in this case of the weights. Why? Because we have to track the total weights of the people on the bus. When it exceeds 1000, so we need to ignore that person, right? So we need to find the last person whose weight is equal or less than 1000, right? So that's what we need to do here. That is the reason we will maintain a cumulative sum of weights to track the total weight of people on the bus. So the third step here is we need to stop boarding here in this case. We need to stop boarding once adding the next person's weight would exceeds the bus weight limit. So this one we know, we have already discussed this one. So the final step here is the last person whose cumulative weight sum does not exceed 1000 kg. So it should not exceed 1000 kg, right? So here in this case, the last person whose cumulative weight sum does not exceed 1000 kg is the result. In our case, when we considered first example, we returned John Cena, if you remember, right? So he his weight would, when we add up his weight, it would be 1000, right? So in that case, this his weight didn't exceed 1000. It was equal to 1000 or it should be less than 1000, right? So in that case, so that is the reason the last person was John Cena. In our case, we return the same name in the person column, person ID or a person name column, I think, right? So this is the approach that we will be going with. I hope the approach is completely clear. Now, as we know the approach, it will be easier to write the query. Now let's start writing the query. Here, let's start writing the query. We'll be making use of the common table expression, right? CT. So here in this case, we'll go with the ordered queue. So here with ordered, let me give here with ordered queue as, so instead of city, we'll be going with the ordered queue here in this case. First step was, if you remember, we have to order the people by turn since they board in this order, right? So in this case, 1, 2, 3, and 4 in based on the turn we considered in the example, if you remember. Same thing. We have to order the people by turn since they board in this order, right? So let's try to implement the same thing in the form of query here. I'll be making use of the select keyword. So this will be person ID. So let me consider here person ID. So this is fine. And person name, let me consider the person name here. This is fine. Just give me a second here. So person name, weight and turn. So all the things we will consider. So here weight, just give me a second here. Weight, and also we need to consider turn in this case, right? So let me type here instead of copy. So this is fine. So this is coming from the queue table. So let me copy this one queue here. just give me a second here. This is coming from table Q. So we are ordering by turn. And so when we give order by, or when we make use of the order by clause, usually if you don't mention it as ascending or descending, ASC or DESC, usually it will order this one itself, right? Ascending order itself, right? So let's go with order by this one, turn, based on the turn command, right? So this is the first step. I hope this is completely clear. Next step is, if you remember, we have to calculate the cumulative weight. That's what we discussed on the approach. We have to calculate the cumulative weight sum using sum with the window function. We have the sum function that is provided by the SQL. We can make use of it, right? So here in this case, I'll just go with running sum as, let me open the parenthesis here. So within this one, we have to calculate the cumulative weight sum. As I have said, we'll be making use of sum function with the window function, right? So let me go with select here, same thing, person ID, person name, weight and turn. Let me copy this one here as well. Let me copy the same thing, sorry. Let me copy the same thing here as well. So this one will be done. So this one here, just give me a second here. This is fine. So as I have said, we'll be making use of the sum that is provided by SQL. Here in this case, I'll just go with sum of weight over. So we will be making use of order by. So order by based on the turn, right? So order by based on the turn as total weight. So here, just give me a second. So I'll just give here in this case total weight. This is fine. This is coming from ordered queue. So this one we are considering ordered queue. So I'll just go with here from, let me paste this one, from ordered queue. This is fine. So this is the second step. So we are calculating the cumulative weight sum using sum with window function, right? The third step, if you remember, we have to filter, or we have to filter the rows where cumulative weight is within the limit. The limit is 1000 kilograms, right? So we have to filter the rows where cumulative weight is within the limit. So let me give here select person name, which is coming from running sum here in this case. So where total weight, so here somewhere I considered, let me copy this one, where total weight should be less than or equal to 1000. We know this one, right? Simple. So we have to order by this one, total weight. So this one, just give me a second here. We will order by total weight in the descending order. We have already discussed this one, right? So let me go with here total weight. So as we need to sort in descending order, so let's mention this one, DSC here, this one, right? So limit 1. So let's limit this one to the, this is fine. So let me hit the run button. This is it for the query. I hope this works. Let's see. We have the error here. Running some syntax error we have. This doesn't matter, I think. This is not case sensitive. Using near select person ID at line number 9. So this doesn't matter, I think. Running some as parenthesis we opened here in this case. Here I forgot to use the comma here. This is fine. So let me hit the run button again. So here you can clearly see the sample test case is getting passed. Means the query works absolutely correct in this case. Let's see whether this works for all the test cases or not. Let me hit the submit button. Just give me a second. So here you can clearly see all the test cases are getting passed. Means the query works absolutely correct in this case, right? So I hope whatever the query that we have written is completely clear. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.